burning light. Oh my God. Look at me. I got this phone call. Actually, I got a sticker. It said, I don't know, but download me before November 11th. Usually I look at this and I'll say, don't know who it is. I ain't gonna answer it. My son gets the same message, except he can open it. Now usually, why would I open anything? They say don't open anything sent to you. So why would anybody send anything to me? Open it. I don't want to open it. I don't know what it is. Could be a virus. People send me things all the time. My name is out there all over the place. I always get crazy messages. Sometimes I answer back. Sometimes I don't. I'd say it's 30-70 that I answer back. Because most of the time some of the wording isn't exact. Like, what in the world does this person really want to know? Why don't they ask the exact question? And what is it their business to know anything at all by asking me certain questions that aren't implicated in which situation? Do you have anything? Do you need anything? Do you want anything? I have something for you. Tell me what you think I have. Tell me what you're offering. It's as simple as that. I'm wearing the yarmulkes on my head. I love it. It connects both sides. What else do I need more than that rag that was in the center that I always had to cut and measure? This is easy. There I am. But I want to show you how the plugins happen. You know the way they say in the universe, like John C. Jones says? He says, all math is connected. I'm looking at this one site, and the name of the site is, I don't remember. Well, if it was that important, God's Word. Gematria 1. What happened through the period of time? I'm not sure if Abraham is in it, but why did they start with the time of Jesus and Jesus died somewhere at the end of April? They think they know about the exact date of what somebody else wrote. Can't be 100% precise, but it's pretty close to what the truth is, depending on what the entire story is about. And maybe some of the stories that we hear that are, we come to the end of the story, and why did it end that way? Because it didn't end. It ended for you. But they already know where they're taking you with the longevity of a story. The wave goes up. Oh my God, I see another wave, but it's smaller. But hold on a second, there's 3 more that are up. Oh, and one that's smaller. Oh, global warming. Oh, it's not so really global. Oh, look at this. 1 month here, 1 month there, 0.2, 0.5, 0.8, 0.1. Remember what things mean. That if it's this distance between here and here, on this angle, here's the angle. Okay, let's say this is the angle. Now there's this difference. Where is the difference start? Well, if the difference starts here, and this one goes up all the way to here, and because of the opening space more, this one goes all the way to here. So by the time the mouth is over here, you're 3 feet apart. But when you go 1,000 miles into space, you're 30 million miles apart. The space-time and what we can recognize. So when we base time on 300 million years, we're basing on Earth nature's time. The time that was created in the seed for nature before it must return to dust or rejuvenate over the season or period of time for the leaf to go back into the ground. Can the leaves stay out of the ground? I'm quite sure they could. Oh, this is a what's-it-called tree. The leaf stays here all year long. Oh, this is a what's-it-called tree. We bum and we bloom all year long. We bum and we bloom, we fall and we bloom all year long. So does that leaf become the excrement of the tree, of it living in life? The excrement comes out, falls to the ground. But I'm a naked tree and I'm still here. I'll address you in the summer. I'll spring to life and give you some maple syrup in the spring. I'll fall down at the end of summer, or actually, I'm in October, so I must be in autumn. Autumnus. I have no life within the life you see of who I am born to be. I'm a tree, and my life is under the ground. When I bloom, you see my fruits. From all the energy that's inside of me, I give you green. We breathe together, me and you. But where? Went to the kitchen, made a little potion. Yeah, made a little potion. A little bit easier today to make a potion. Wouldn't be Grandma going, hey, Jethro, Go out and get me some crawdads. Yeah, get me some crawdads. Ellie Mae, come help me with the kitchen. Your old grandmother's ailing. I need triple X. Does anybody really know what the X is? As the 24th letter in the alphabet, 2 plus 4 equals 6. 2 times 4 equals 8. 8 and 6 is the division of the cube. What do? We have the division of the cube. 8 and 6. 8 and 6. 6 and 8. Everybody knows I'm not cheating. 3 and 5 on this side. 2 and 4, go get your dice. Now we're going to take 3 and 5. Let me use another dice that's not written on it. Let me move this over. Do you want to just see my face, or should we just see the face of the dice? Let's go down and see the face of the dice. So anyways, I put together these 3 potions we were talking about. I've got patchouli, I've got spearmint, and I've got oregano. Now, you have to put 4, 3, 1. You put the 4 of the spearmint. You don't want too much oregano, and you do not want too much patchouli. Okay, patchouli has a more stronger scent, and the scent, the way it hits your nose and vibrates through within your body, and the way the spearmint opens up all those breathing pads so that the patchouli and the oregano can work together. The breakdown. Hold on. So here it goes. Here goes, here goes, here goes, right here. When you have a 5 and you have a 3 and you have a 2 and you have, and you have a 6. Okay, and you have a 4, and you have another 4. When I turn over these dice, this one is going to say what? What's this going to say? What's the other 2 numbers on the other side? What's the other 2 numbers on the other side? What's the 2 other numbers on the other side? And I'm going to put it on this card. Whoop. And the numbers on the other side, okay, are going to be 24, 51, and 33. Each one of these can be created in a mathematical equation and can be used on a grid. And a grid, when I'm saying a grid, this is something like one of my grids. This is a 9 by 9 grid where 81 shows up, 9 by 9, 81, where the first position is the prime position between going down and going out, where the secondary position in each area constructs one number, where the third area and third area, okay, third area BC and third area BC create a new number. 4 and 4 equals to 8 or equals to 0. If they'll all equal to 0 when you minus from each other, and they'll all equal to whatever the number is. 5 and 5, E and E, equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. So this is one of the equations, and this is my equation for pi. 3.14159265, and eventually pi does repeat, but nobody sees it because nobody can read the code. 3.1415, the first CB codes that are not on the listing is 14 and 15. 14 and 15 equals 29. 5 and 1, 6. 1 and 4, 5. This is our part for alpha beta creation in 1 and 2. I don't know if I should go over the math now, but this one's Mars. It's also 1/4 time because 15 is 1/4 of 60 seconds on the clock. It is part of 1.5 minute 1.5. The in-between number is 90 seconds, where 90 birth now comes in. Your first 99, or 99, 91 is where the spirit comes in. 54 is where the sun comes in. 5 by 4, 5 plus 4 equals to 29. 1 plus 5, 1 times 5 equals to 65. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals to 54. 54 created from 11. 9 and 5 equals 5. 9 and 2 equals 2. 9 is in the center. And they are the same. Why? Why are they the same? Tell me why they are the same. Well, they're both 1 away. 2 on this side, 9 on this side. That's all. Not much more. But it's a difference of 7 and a difference of 3. 7 and 3. 7 and 3, your first two numbers, but that's not why I did it. There was another reason. I don't know if I should get into this, but every time I don't get into anything, B is the house. 1 is the ox. 5 plus 5 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. 15, 51. There's a numeric value for 1551. I think it's 47 times 33. I think equals 1551. And the reason I'm saying this number is because there's a whole concept. 47 times 47 equals 2209, in which is 47 times 47, in which equals 80 over 94, or equals 94 over 47 and 47 is 94 over 80, or 47 and 47 equals 94 over 80. Communication, okay, in Uranus. 80 equals to 86 because it's a bonding. It's a bonding where two units come together. You remember when they took the 5 cents and the 10 cents off the market? They were telling us that 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 were all the same. 1, 2 were all the same numbers. That's 5 numbers. Okay, 5 numbers. 1 and 2, 8 and 9. It's 4 numbers and the 1 number that it's paid to. I can't go over this whole situation, but 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals that 8 and 6. So that's where we get 8 and 6. 5 times 1, 5 plus 1 is 6 and 5. 3 times 3 and 3 plus 3 is 9 and 6. 2 times 4. 1 times, I like to put this as 56. I just want to get this in order. If I'm using multiplication first, I want to use multiplication first. So this is one side, right? And I mixed up all these numbers. What is 2 and 4? It's 53, sorry. 51 is 26, and 33 is 44. 8, 6, 8, 6, 8, 6. So this one will give me 15. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 plus 5 equals 8. 5 plus 1 equals 6. 6 and 8. Same result. 2 times 6, 2 plus 6 equals 20. 5 times 1, 5 plus 1 equals 6 and 5 equals 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 0 is 2. This number over here, okay, 4 times 4 is 16. 4 plus 4 is 8. Gives me 7 and 8 equals 15. 9 and 6 equals to 15. Wow. So crazy how the cube works. The center of the cube is 3.5. This number, okay, relates to the moon. It creates to the resident angel, and the resident angel, is that the one living here, the one living inside of us? The resident angel, is it the ER or the AR? Is it where the ox is in the house and 8 in the heaven? Are we infiltrated being at 18? Do you know the mathematical equation with repeating? If we repeat, just give me a second. I'm not sure if you're seeing the fluctuation and the speed that I talk, and I'm not sure, or I'm not sure if I can say this because to back myself up, but when I feel the thought, the quickness of what I see, and I want to say what I see right away, like it's like compelling. Believe me, what I see, you have to say it's real, it's true. But the numbers I just showed you are real. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 8 and 6. 3 times 5, 3 plus 5 equals 15 and 8. 1 plus 5 equals 6 and 8. You cannot deny that in the game of craps, okay, that the payoff is 7 to 6. It's an absolute, and I absolutely believe it because it's true. And you're going to say, okay, it is true. Yes, that mathematical reality happens, and that's when it happens, and that's where these two numbers come in, and those are the odds. What does it mean? What is the number 7 on the cube? Is that the gateway because all sides are 7, or the real 7 is 1 and 6 because it's the only one that's going to emanate the light in a position other than? No half-life in any of this. 4. No half-life in the 2. The only way to get a half-life in any of these is to hold it on the diamond angle. Is the only way to compare it to the half-life 6. which is going to give me now a shape or a design, a hexagon, an octagon, a stop sign. And we all went over what the stop sign can do through the rectangular, through what rectangular is. And I just had a spoke with my son that he says time is nothing. And I tried to, and I wanted to tell him that, you know, the matrix that goes down like this, but it's all down like this. You see how close it is together compared to the ether of the earth, or the lines that go around the earth. To see how rectangular they are, and in roulette they're showing you rectangular, because I believe, and also through Heinz, which means distance over time, high and low distance over a period of time. Let's use 60 seconds. You go up, you go down, and you go up, or you go across, you come back, and this way. What does that mean? What is the Z telling you? What does the N and the Z telling you? The Z is pointing out through the N where the halfway point of the N is. We're going to go over these numbers in a second. So if I tell you that here's my N, right? Or here's my N, okay? Here's my N. Look how short this looks compared to look how high that looks. Why is it like that? Why is it like that? Same line. Why does one look higher than the other? It's not. It's exactly the same. Take a look. Take a look. I went, yeah, this one I went a little bit below, but this one I went a little bit above. So it's like the same thing. Now what this does is this is height over a period of time, distance, okay, and showing back here. So you take the Z and you would do it this way. And you're showing me this. And it's also looking like an envelope already sent for delivery. I'll have that child, please. The Holy Spirit, the ghost, the element. Now, why is it the H? Because the distance apart in time over the divided average. It's an average that's continuous into the future and measuring the past. Measuring the past, adding to the future. The future what? The future average result based on the past. Karma and karma destiny. Karma and your destiny. There's another word for this. So there's another word for destiny. If somebody can comment and tell me why in the 18th minute of this video, there's another word for destiny. It's like no matter what you're going to do, no matter how I get from point A to point C, B will be my average. Maybe D will be my high and E will be my low. When you get high, you get 98. When you get low, you get 12. Just going to use the first letter. I can use 12, 15, 23. Okay, so you get 3, 6, and 5. 365 days. You're going to have to start adding them together to 2 digits and 1 digit anyways. This will end up to 17. This will end up to 27. This will end up to 50. So one will be 5 and the other one will be 8, which is basically numbers for silver, numbers for matrix. Number for 44, the delta angle. What is the delta angle? I like to call it the diamond. And where can we make more of those diamonds? But on Jupiter. Numeric value and planet 55. How do we create 55? 14 and 23. The first numbers in the Word of God in creation, 14 and 23. Under the sun, okay, from the Father to the birth and the fox pass through the war of time over the passion of the first. I am who I am. So now we've done all of this. I looked at this. We talked about the dice and how the dice come to the game and how the dice they are from the game of craps. And the people of the world created it, whether we use the dice, whether we use the cards. They're all telling a story. And when I'm in that realm, when I'm in that thought pattern, right? So here we have 81 digits based. But until we get our first number, I have to use up 3 numbers for 1 number. It's going to take this one in the corner, the blocker. We don't even talk about it. 2 and 1 is 3, 2 and 1 is 3. 5 minus 2 is 3. I'm not going to even look at that. I'm not going to start making equations. But we're moving in blocks. I think if we're moving in blocks, we should be moving in blocks like this. Here's my first block. 3. Should I be 3? Here's my first block. Here's my second block. I use it here. We use this whole block here. 9 numbers, 9 numbers, 9 numbers. Then we'll use 9 numbers, 9 numbers, 9 numbers. And then we'll use the code of 4. Where we go to 4 and 7. And we bring these two together on different levels. So we'll say 4, 4. Or we're going to have to go 4, 7 and the answer is 3. Or we're going to have to go 7, 4 and the answer is 3. 3, 5, 5, 3, energy of the moon. I am who I am. This has to do with pi. This is a calculation of pi and how I turn pi over. I use the 81 digit base where 1 digit is not counted, but it is a pillar for the rest of the digits. Of the point side, I don't need, the 3 to me is a side of, where did I get the 3? It's a side of creation. How can I create complete numbers? How do I complete numbers with the numbers I was given? If there's a God, well, you think he just threw things in there? He says, use this in your world. My world doesn't count. Even though I said above like below. I created in my image. Above is like below. Now please tell me, if you said those words, it doesn't mean that? You mean, is that a complete hidden code? I'll tell you the complete opposite of everything? No. Some is the truth. And the other is sort of the truth, but there's a story that could look like a lie, can look like the truth. You gotta figure it out for yourself. You gotta make the mind work. You gotta have a need for this. And as you start to accumulate mentally, you don't want to stop because you're building on something and it is so powerful. And that's where I believe the drugs come in, because you're so high, you just want to get to that next level. The last part I was going to mention in here is I'd like to base everything off of 1, 4, and 7. Where if we went to 3.15 and the 4 area, I would get an 8. Okay, in that 4 area, I would get the 8. And 4, 5. 4 and 5, I get a 6. Okay, I'm basing it on 147. What is that 147? The 7, the only way to get that 7, by the way, is this way. 1, 4, and 7. DNA to the half-life. The result is the same. What are they on the outside? You have 2, 4. You have 2, 5. Okay, but 2, 5 can only happen on 2 separate cubes. You have 2, 3. You have 2, 2. 2, 5 and 2, 2. So really your opposites is 4 and 3. Why? Because each side of the dice, 2 and 5 on each side. So the only one that's opposite to your 2 and 5 is your 4 and your 3. So there's obligations according to this cube. So when you have your 1, 4, you have your 6, 1. How else should you have this? What if you had 6 again? So you would have what? Would you have 3 and 3? Right? Or would you have just 1 6? You can't have 1 6 because above and below, once you have the first 2, you have to have the next 2. So anyways, we're going to go in here that there's 1 month of a minimum 28 days, maximum 29, 4 months of 30 days, and 7 months of 31 days. So this also can tell you 7 months of 31 days is 217. 4 months of 30 days is 120, and this is 28. This is 28 times 3. This is 120 times 3. This is 317 times 3 equals to 84 Pluto, equals to 360 degrees. And this is equal to 651. 951, 651. Mars comes out in here. Mars and Father comes in Mars. 5 and 6. The passage of 711. 5 and 6, because 6 is the only one that brings 7. It's also the spirit, because this can be reversed to 91. But when this gets reversed to 91, we always have to flip the 5. Even if it looks like a 5, it comes through the house. Inside the 5 is the ox in the house, because that's what happens. You see, number 5 is created from that one right over there, or the ox is inside the house, in which the only other one is this way. You put this on top of this, you complete it. My 2, 3, 5 compared to my 1, 4, 5. That's what the dice tell you. They tell you a whole story. So this is your pi, your 147. This, okay, this will be plus 29 equals to 113 if I got that right. Plus 120 equals to 480. Plus 217 equals to 868. Wow, they're all telling. Beta house creation in 1. To the sun, 4, 8, and 6. Time, the sun, this divided gateway. And this would be the opposite, connecting the two heavens through the 7th gate. See, this will both get 6 and 8, but this will get 6 and 8 differently. See, the 0, right, in a design, your 0 in the design is actually carrying the 1 inside of it, right? The linear 1 or the sleeping 1, whichever way you want. It's 25 and 50 replica on the darts, which replicating the moon. You got the green and the red running through the same scope. You can, if you want, I'll call it the sun, but I'm calling it the moon right now, and there's reason moon, earth come together, and the reason is 25, 15, and 30. The 30% that you need added onto this, 30% of this, okay, or 30-something% of this will create 100%. Adding 25 equals to 100. Adding 15 equals to 81. 1 and 7 is 8. 5 and 5 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1, equaling to 81. This one will equal to 7 and 2 is 9. 5 and 5 is 10. Let's just do it this way. 7 and 7 equals 9. 5 and 5 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1, equals 91, the spirit. Then we add it with the 15. Okay, and the answer is 81, the spirit of Venus. Since they hold no consistent moons between these two planets, I like to replicate one of two things. I like to honor, okay, Earth and Venus to Mars with the planet assimilation, or sorry, Venus to Earth and Mercury to Mars as the 1, 4, 2, 3 assimilation. But when you have to replicate, okay, when you have to replicate, sometimes we do exchanges, okay, like Pluto as I, the 9th planet, and Mercury. But instead of extending it to Pluto, we extend it to Mars. So instead of 1 and 9, we ended up with 1 and 4. Okay, this one equals to 1 again. This one equals to 5. That 5 cent, 10 cent thing. Now, a lot of times they say I want to equal 1, 4, and 7, so why don't I bring 1 to 4? I bring 1 to 4. Okay, 1 to 4, I need number 3. So 1 and 3 equals to my 4 that I need. Do you follow what I'm saying? So what is 3? The ox is in the house. Where is it in the house? Through here. And how does it get in there? Through the moon. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals 3 and 4, equals Mars and Earth. How do Mars and Earth equal together? 3 times 4 equals to 12. 3 plus 4 equals to 7, equals to 19. 3 times 19 equals 57. And that is electric company through the gateway, and the numeric value for the moon is that number. And now we would have to add 35 to this. In order, 7 and 3 equals 10, 5 and 5 equals 10. Now we go down to the vision of what 1 is all about. 1 is all about, boom, the ox in the house. 11 and 3, under the red sun. Where do I get this number? When you play the game of pool, 3 and 11 are the red balls. To the cycle of the moon. 8 and 4 to the sun of the birth. And this you can also look at as Mercury, if you want. How do we bring this number to the one world? This is 1 and 13, or 1 and 4. DNA comes through your 1. DNA into the birth of the sun through Mars, through Neptune, and the reflective of Mars. Neptune reflective of Mars, 159 on your telephone pad. Each one of them has this value inside of it. Through the birth of yellow, or the soul, and the gods, and the queen, okay, of the heavens. 2 and 6 is 8, 2 times 6 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, creating a god, or Abba. 1 and 2 come together. 1 and 2, the 12th letter, is L. And in French, it's female. And then 6 and 5 is 11, 1 and 1 and 2. And 1 and 2 is the reverse of this. So what does this create? This creates this. But anyways, High Cotton Garnish Raphael, 7286, in the constellation of Pegasus. Creation through the numbers, or numbers telling the replica of recreation and creation. Thank you.